Hi, thanks for stopping by, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. And this is going to be for the next 2 weeks. And I'm going to do something a little different, or maybe not so, not for me anyway. So I do the past and how it influences our now. I look at our now and what we're maybe focusing on, and then what's in the future prior to this. I clear the board, and I also try to sit quiet, and sometimes it's not even necessarily sitting quiet, but just being quiet and listening to that little voice that starts telling me all kinds of fun stuff about Gemini and what might be helpful. So some of the things that might be coming in, or maybe you've experienced in the recent past, you may not feel like you're aligning with traditions, and likely you're stirring things up for others. And in turn, that's going to basically be stirring things up for ourselves. Um, we might be a little uncomfortable, and the idea is get used to it. It's being comfortable with being uncomfortable. And it's going to feel like we're paddling against a current, and we're not going to be able to see the progress necessarily if it's almost like we're trying too hard to make progress. And if we are battling against a current, maybe we need to either pull off to the side and rethink of the direction of our life and ask why. Because sometimes we can accomplish that goal if we stop fighting it. If we, approaching things in maybe a little bit different way. Alrighty, so that's what came through beforehand. I've been kind of looking at this deck and use it very often. I don't use it very often. I do try to touch on each one of the decks. This is a very modern deck. I really like it. But anyway, don't forget to leave me a comment, please, and thank you. I know that most people don't, but you can, it's a little, if you're shy and, I get messages and whatnot via email, that can happen as well. And I do have that solutions group if you feel like you're not able to manifest what it is that you're fighting, that upward, that upstream current. You're feeling a little like a salmon. I don't know. It kind of feels like we're making more out of something than it is. So not really a mountain out of a molehill, but there's a better way to get to our goal than what we think is the best way to do it. I guess that's the way to put it. I think a lot of us have that. Oh, look at that. That's pointing up. Wow, that was interesting. All right, I don't know what that is, but I'm told to take it. All right. And that one, and we need 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 more, please. Thank you. We do before, typically it's getting our information from the original source, the original word, the original thought, really. And it might filter in for us to be able to understand it through the Akash. If we need any clarifiers, those will be made known to us at that time. 8 of Wands. So I think we were used to hearing a lot of information, receiving a lot of messages. And this to me doesn't necessarily mean it's a phone call. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's a text. Communication from others, but it's maybe from otherworldly. And I think this is partly due because most of us are a little more awake and aware of the information that's available to us. Sorry, that's the dog just getting up and moving. I think I'd make a lot of noise too if I was laying on the floor, trying to get up. Oh my goodness. Okay, so yeah, there's been some pushback on some of the information that we've been getting in the past. So past, this is the past, and then we're going to look at the future and see how it can be helpful to us in the now. So it's the past, now, and then the future, but we're also going to look at the energies that are coming into us in the next 2 weeks that will help us manifest the highest. There's something in there about profit, but it didn't have anything to do with money. So maybe it's a profit as in foretelling, opening abilities, maybe. Okay, that was interesting. Three of Pentacles. So we've had some helpers behind the scenes. Helpers in the chaos. Because this is a bit chaotic. The Seven of Swords is a bit chaotic. And I think sometimes when we, you know, sorry, the camera's twitching, drives me nuts. All right, that kind of fixed it. But anyway, it's like sometimes we get assistance and we fight it. And that's what this kind of feels like. Because we've asked for help, and then when we get the help, we don't see it as help. And that's what kind of this feels like. And even it was something that we may have reacted to in the past that caused us maybe some regrets or maybe what we might perceive as a damage or a hindrance, there is the flip side to it somehow. It's something that we can't quite see yet. Let's move on, see what this kind of means. Ooh. So this has got to be one of the most interesting Queen of Pentacles. Because she's really super earthy and super connected and grounded. And it's kind of a bizarre looking card, but I don't know if you can actually see her fingers. But her fingers look really kind of odd. It's like if you think about your fingers serve a certain purpose and we're kind of used to them, but these fingers are like more than we realize. We don't realize how much we have within us. We just think it's kind of like this normal thing. And maybe that's what's going on here is she looks very meditative. Let me take a second look here. Yeah, she's got her eyes shut. So it's a very meditative card, but she's very connected. She's very earthy. But I think sometimes it's hard for us to connect to some of the information that we have coming into us, and we kind of battle it. We kind of talk ourselves out of the good stuff that we're getting. And we're still fighting this, even though we have the help, behind the scenes help. And we still fight it because we don't realize that we just need to relax into it. So we've had to ground ourselves more in the now than we have in the past. Yep. We can't see this. We can't see this as a benefit. We've got a blindfold on. We're hindering our progress. This is weird. I don't know. Just feels very different. Yeah, because we already have it all. Maybe we don't see that we have it all, but we have it all of us. But Gemini especially. So you've got a lot of resources that you haven't quite tapped into yet, and maybe you're realizing that now. And it's created this amazing lion strength, and it's going to need to be used. What did I say earlier? Fighting against the current. And we don't need to, but until we learn how to do that, it's going to take a lot of strength for us to overcome that. Because, I mean, that's a lot. All of this is so much. Maybe we can get clarity a little bit more. Is this our relationship? What is this our relationship to? We're going to want to hide, man. I'm with you. I mean, I would definitely like to just kind of, okay, I'm done. See you later. Mental health day. That's not a bad thing though either, because this is how we're achieving that enlightenment. So maybe if we bring this hermit energy, we'll be able to take off the blindfold. Yeah, because look what's coming. We have the 10 of Pentacles, very earthy, has to do with material comfort. And this is opening the heart and having all of that side of life as well. Yeah, this feels like it's got something to do with a relationship that will affect our money, but in an abundant way. It's not directly related to our finances or our bottom line, as it were, but it could be a relationship with money, but it's also a relationship with others that will manifest money. It's not us putting in more work, it's the manifestation process. Ooh, change of sound. All right, so let's kind of take a little bit better look at this manifesting success. It feels like a relationship with others that will affect our assets, not necessarily money, but the assets. Material. It's like a material. Yeah, it's definitely a material thing. So what can the original source, the original one? Money coming slowly. Maybe we're getting impatient. I don't know, but we definitely have money coming slowly, but it is steady progress. And time is irrelevant. It's almost like don't focus on it and it will happen. The more you focus on it, the slower it will happen. And pay attention to your health. Keep your eyes open for new opportunities. And it's like chill. That's what this is here for. Chill. It's okay if things aren't. It's like there's a lot of expectations here. This is like fighting. This is like fighting. I mean, there's strategy here, but we're kind of overthinking things, and we've ended up we blindsided us. We've put a blindfold on. It's kind of blocking this grounded energy, and we're going to pull in the heart centeredness, maybe with some meditation. That blindfold. It's going to be like an epiphany. It's not going to be necessarily quick and easy. It might be fairly quick because this is the next 2 weeks. That's pretty quick. Within within 2 weeks may happen sooner, but it also might manifest a little bit slower or later. Hang on here. I need to have a wee cough, and I'm now going to take a little sip of my water. Talking. I don't talk a lot at work, so not anymore. Let's see what else that might be helpful for Gemini. Gemini. Oh, magic key. First, think of what you want to do, then take some steps. Intention and action are key. Super crazy relevant. And weren't we just talking about manifestation? Don't overthink it. Write it out if you have to. The keys are in our hands. The keys are in our hands, and we just have to tap into it, right? And searching, what you find depends on where you go. Travel for work, have adventures, learn more. Chill, baby. So this is like hiding away. We need to draw in not only this dude, but we also need to make sure that We're having fun. We need to have fun, really super critical. So, divine timing, someone in power intercedes on your behalf. What you want comes in divine timing. So, what I find really interesting about this card is that timing is everything, and this says in good time. As soon as we distract ourselves from what that thing is that we're looking for, we stop looking for it. Have you ever lost your keys or you misplaced your phone? And you just can't find it and you're searching all over the place. You take a deep breath, you walk away from that, and you start doing something else. And then lo and behold, it's almost like, well, I didn't notice them sitting there before. So it's like we get overstressed, overfocused, and we make these assumptions that we're going to find that item in a certain place, and it's not there. So that's like an expectation that is dashed. So don't have those attachments. Definitely disconnect from the attachments and realize that it is divine timing, but it's divine time. And, okay, so I'm getting that all times are divine times. It's not the past, it's not the future. It's all of it put together is here and now, and it's all divine. Generosity. Make a small donation. It's the right thing to do. Being generous attracts abundance. And being generous attracts abundance 100%. Also, keep in mind it doesn't necessarily mean money. You can donate your time, you can donate your clothes, there's all kinds of stuff. Okay, I think that was it. Gemini, please do like, share, and subscribe. Do reach out if you have any questions. If you need some support, please do that for us. And I will talk to you on the flip side. Bye.